Well, good evening. There's a couple of us here. We wanted to have a couple words with you this evening. And it's myself, it's Cheryl, and it's Tommy Nouns who's joining us from the Nashville, Tennessee market area out there. And there's a special message we got here. So, what's the message tonight? The chimney sweep industry, chimney sweeps, we're really a really big family. And when you look at it, yeah, we argue and sometimes we don't all agree. And that's just the way it is. We're pretty opinionated people. But there's one thing that I know about everybody that's in this industry, no matter who they are, where they are, is their care for others and the way they will reach out and help other people. I've been in this industry almost 40 years, and I see this happening. I've seen it. It's like we're a brotherhood when it gets deep down inside. So, Tommy asked me the other day, he said, Jerry, can you post something on Professional Chimney Sweep Forum about sweep away cancer? And I said, Tommy, let's do better than that. Why don't we go and let's do a live? So we've set this up. So I'm going to call on Tommy to start with. Tommy, let's tell everybody what sweep away cancer is, because I think this is something that you began and you're the chairman of this. And we've got a website here right now. So Tommy, why don't you share people what you envision about this sweep away cancer project you started?
Yeah, definitely. Well, let me start off by saying thanks to Jerry and Cheryl for doing this. Sweep Away Cancer was something that I believe it was the NCSG convention I think it was in Columbus, Ohio, whatever year that was. The keynote speaker, she made the comment that inside of our industry that the data showed that 80% of the appointments that are scheduled were made by women. And that got me thinking. I'm thinking, man, what can we do, to kind of say thank you? And my background is in the fire service. So in the fire service, we used to have this big initiative every year, Tough Enough to Wear Pink. And so all the firemen would wear pink shirts and we'd raise money for breast cancer. And so I thought, man, that would be something that would be pretty cool to do in our company and to really kind of give back. And just like anything else, Mark Stoner says all the time, when you have a good idea, share it. So Mark and I are actually really close to each other. And I thought, this is bigger than us. We can make this a little bit more impactful, I think. And so I called Mark, and of course, he was on board. And then called Darren Bibo, who's a friend of mine, and he got on board. And essentially what we do is I tell people all the time, we raise money and we cut checks. So when we originally started, we were raising funds to give to cancer research. And then we realized that, we wanted to be as impactful as we possibly could. And how could we help people that were dealing with this day in and day out, that is fighting cancer? And we decided, or we realized that, the last thing that people want to worry about when they're in this battle is paying their bills. So we changed kind of our model, and we started accepting applications for financial aid. And so we raise money now, we cut checks, and over the years, we've given out over $100,000. Everything that we do as far as on the administrative side and the board, it's all volunteer. 98% of the money that we raise goes directly back to the people that need it. And we've been able to help a lot of people pay a lot of bills. And there's nothing better than helping people. And if we want to talk a little history, the chimney sweep trade was actually the first, and Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong here, you're the guru on history, but we were the first trade that had an occupational cancer diagnosis. Isn't that correct, Jerry?
That is correct. Cancer of the scrotum. And it's still, and Tommy, is really neat. This is terrible, but there's still cases today. There really are, and it's still happening.
Yeah. And so I don't know of anybody who has not had some sort of personal connection with someone that they've known or loved that has had to fight this nasty disease. I lost my mother-in-law to breast cancer. She never got to meet my two boys. And so, everybody has that person that kind of drives them to do things and to help people. And she's that person for me. And so all we want to do is we just want to raise money. And you're exactly right. Our industry, I would put our industry up against anybody out there. And if there are people in the HVAC and the plumbing industry or the roofing industry, I would challenge you all to do the exact same thing inside your industry that we have done in the chimney and venting industry. And yeah, we quabble, like you said, and we've got our opinions, but when push comes to shove, if somebody needs our help, we're going to be there for them. And that's what we do. And whether you're in the chimney industry or not, we want to help you. We have a website, sweepawaycancer.com. We have an application for aid in there. A lot of people, I personally, inside of our business, we've had a lot of our customers, when our guys are out in the field, they tell our customers about this. And we've been able to help a lot of people that are customers of ours that are dealing with this. And you wouldn't believe how impactful it is to just for those people to just not have to worry about making a mortgage payment or not having to worry about where are we going to get the money to pay this medical bill. It's just such a big thing. And the chimney industry, we should all be proud of what we've been able to do because we are making big things happen and we are helping people all across the country. And it's not just the board. It's not just people that are involved. It's everybody who has bought T-shirts, everybody who's come to the rally, everybody who's made donations through our website or given a percentage of their chimney sweeps for a month. We have people that do that. We're doing big things. We're helping a lot of people.
Yeah. So, Tommy, if I heard you right, you said that 98% of the money that you raise is given out to people. And, that's one of the things you hear a lot of times here about a charity. And I'm going to call it a charity because that's what it is. We contribute into a fund. But so often we hear stories of, well, only 5% of the money actually gets to recipients. So what you're doing is helping people. And whenever they're down because they're sick, so they've lost their income, they've lost other things. So your process is you're helping them with their living expenses to keep going. Am I correct? Am I reading this properly?
That is exactly right. Everything we do is volunteer. The 2%, we do have to pay an accountant to file things for us. We're in taxes and paperwork and things like that. But 98%. So 98 cents on every dollar that is raised goes directly back to the people that need it the most. And you're exactly right. Donating to research is definitely important. It needs to be done because, man, one day I hope, Jerry and Cheryl, that we can get rid of this.
Yeah.
But right now, it doesn't help the people that are dealing with it right now. I know that when my mother-in-law was at home fighting this disease, and her husband, my father-in-law, had to take time off of work to take care of her and be her caretaker. It sure would have been nice if something like this was around where they wouldn't have to worry about a mortgage payment or they wouldn't have to worry about paying that medical bill. And they come to us and we send them a check. That's what we do.
Okay. Well, one of the things, Tommy, that I said when you wanted to do this, I asked you, was it okay if Cheryl joined us tonight? Because she's got a real special story.
Yeah, my dad died with cancer, and he had lung cancer, and he coughed one day, and I remember he called me in. He said, "Baby, I think I broke a rib," because you can do that. And I took him to the doctor, and when they X-rayed him, there wasn't a rib there. It was just two ends, and it was puncturing his lungs. So, yeah, I don't know anybody that this hadn't touched. And God, would we have given anything at that time? Thank goodness my dad had worked all his life up to this point, and he had a nest egg put back. It wasn't a big nest egg, but it was a nest egg. And it got Mama through after Dad died, but it was a struggle. And you just really don't know till you've been there.
That's it. And that's the whole thing, Tommy. And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize is when there's sickness and there's someone in the hospital, the mortgage still goes on. We still got to eat. We got to pay the power bills. We got to do those kind of things. And the medical bills can get really enormous. I mean, I just saw, I had a heart attack in January, and I just saw the bill the other day. And that was like for 2 days. And it was $77,000 was my 2 days in the hospital, and to have some stents put in, and you look at this. Now we're able to handle that. We didn't, we're fine. There's no, insurance paid tremendously on this. Luckily I'm Medicare and I have other things, but there's a lot of people don't. And I was able to continue working. I mean, I was in the hospital and people wondering, what are you doing on the phone? I was attending conference calls from my hospital bed. But again, so y'all's concept is that you're going to help people in survival mode, people that got kids, people that need to pay mortgages. So, and there's no, you got to be a member of this, or you got to be this, or you got to be this. You're taking applications and you're helping people. Am I correct?
That's right. I don't care where you're from. I don't care who you know. I don't care what college you went to. None. I don't care if you're in a trade, if you're in our trade, if you're in another trade. I don't care what your politics are. It does not matter. Here's what I'm telling you. If you come to our website, if you need help, we will do everything that we can to help you. And I would ask for anybody that's watching this or anybody, please tell them about us. And then also please support us, because our industry, which, we're starting to get a little bit of traction. People are starting to find out about us outside of our industry, and that's because of the efforts of people inside of our industry. But the chimney industry has done an incredible job of supporting this. And not only have they supported and helped people inside of our trade, but they have helped a lot of people outside of it. Doesn't matter. That's just the people that are inside of our industry. We got big hearts. And all we want to do is help. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do. It makes no difference. We're just here to help. That's what we want to do.
And that's when you reached out to me the other day and you said, I want to put this message, can we post something? I said, let's do better than that. Let's go on here. Let's do a live. Let's talk about this. Let's see if people got questions. So Tommy, in your Sweep Away Cancer thing, I can remember one year that you guys had pink shirts out here, and sweeps around the country were wearing these pink shirts. And now I believe you switched over to black shirts with pink logos. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Isn't there a month of the year that y'all actually do this from Sweep Away Cancer Month, and people donate a percentage of their charges and that kind of stuff? Is that part of the process?
Yes. Now, I mean, people can do whatever they want to do. But yeah, we start selling the shirts in October. We did pink, and then people wanted black shirts. And so we changed it to black with our pink logo. I should have grabbed one. So yeah, we do that in the month of October. Everybody wears the T-shirts for the month of October, and it's incredible. Just speaking for me, and I'm sure there's sweeps across the country that could attest to this as well. How many people ask you about, what's Sweep Away Cancer? And here's another cool thing. So I've gotten emails from people in Sweden, in Denmark, in the United Kingdom, in South Africa, in Japan, asking for these T-shirts and asking if we would ship them overseas. So that is a lot of times when you're inside of our industry, we think, oh, it's niche, it's small, but we are having a global impact. And this thing keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And we want as many people that want to be involved and to help us spread the word. And let's just keep this ball rolling. I mean, let's make this thing huge.
Okay.
Huge.
Okay. And Tommy, if you look, Stephen Scaly, who's one of your supporters, he just posted a comment. I like the black shirts with the purple, wear them all the time. Okay. So this is the kind of thing. And like I said, let's face it again. We may have differing political beliefs. We may have differing opinions of different things. But this is what I know about this industry, Tommy, is these are people that care. Every time there's something goes on, if we lose a person, in fact, I just got a notification right before we started that a pioneer in this industry passed away today. Just another pioneer. And if you're listening to this, gentlemen, it was just passed through to me that we lost Ken Hinckley just a little while earlier today, who was one of the pioneers back in the late 70s, early 80s. But the whole thing is, like I said, I think one of the things was when you do stuff like that, you're reaching out with a hand of friendship. I know that when I recently went through what I went through, the thing that really was the people that showed care to myself and Cheryl through this period. It's almost like an extended family. Is that pretty good words to say, you think, Tommy?
100%. 100%. We may get in disagreements over whatever, hurt feelings, but at the end of the day, if somebody needs help, we're going to help them. And that's our industry. That's who we are.
Right. So, Tommy, what's that? Is that October every year that you do this special fundraising with the shirts and people, they donate part of their proceeds? Isn't that the month of October every year?
Yes. We do two really big initiatives every single year. We do the month of October, which that's when we do the shirts. That's when some companies will donate a percentage of their sweep sales. They'll solicit donations, do whatever they need to do. And so it's a big fundraiser push. And then we didn't do it last year because of COVID, but we do a big, we call it a rally. It's a motorcycle and car rally. We go ride through the mountains not far from you. And it's just good time. And everybody gets to hang out, and we just enjoy the outdoors, and we raise money. That's what we do.
Yeah, and what you're going through, I don't ride a motorcycle anymore, but I did for years. I used to I was a Harley guy. Me and her both had Harleys. I don't know if you know it. She had a Fat Boy trike. I had a full dresser. So we've rode a lot of those mountains. And that's the neat thing about North Carolina is we've got some of the neatest areas up there, and you guys are around Fontana Dam and around Tail of the Dragon, all this going to Gatlinburg. Am I right?
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. Yep.
Okay, so if someone pays and they're going to attend this rally, then what you're doing is they're getting their meals with this. They're going to buy their own hotel room, but you guys are going to move around the mountains as a group, going together and traveling around and seeing the great sights of Western North Carolina, which you'll see Carolina blue skies, hopefully, and all that. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may even one year. I can remember we were riding, and once we got higher up in the mountains, it was hot down low, and we got up into the mountains, and Jerry, it was so cold. I was freezing. It was almost sleeting, and then you ride down the other side, and you warm back up. It's such a great experience. And listen, we have people that ride motorcycles. We have people, my wife does it. She cruises around in the minivan with my kids. We have people that do sports cars. It doesn't matter. Just come hang out with us. We're going to have good meals. We have a barbecue on Friday night. We have a breakfast Saturday morning before we ride. And it's just a time for everybody to just hang out and just have a lot of fun. That's all this is.
So what's the dates of this rally? When do people, and I presume you're going to start out, that's where you gather at Fontana Village. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. So the dates are May 28th and the 29th. So the 28th is a Friday. The Friday night prior to the ride, that's when we do our barbecue and our kind of our little get together. So yes, Fontana Dam Resort. If you go to sweepawaycancer.com, we do have a registration where you'll sign up through there, and then there is a link for the website in there. It's a great place to go. It's beautiful. The hotel is very, very nice. And I mean, you are right there, Jerry. You've been there. You were right there at the start of the Tail of the Dragon, and I think the Tail of the Dragon. What is it? 138 turns at 11 miles or something?
Yeah, it's like 130. It's 130 some turns. Whole thing about it, Tommy. We actually rode down the Tail of the Dragon. We'd never heard of Tail of the Dragon before, and after I got that, people started saying, "I went down the Tail of the Dragon." It's like, that ain't no big deal. We go down this thing all the time because that is actually Western North Carolina. When the roads up here in North Carolina, they're extremely curvy. It's not like being on the West Coast going through the mountains. We got curves and just like this, zigzags back and forth. When I was a kid, I actually had a vacation home in Lake Lure, North Carolina. So I spent a lot of times in the mountains as a kid and see that. Cheryl and I when we were riding motorcycles, that was actually a day ride from here. We would actually get up on a morning. We'd ride up the mountains, ride that. We'd go to places like Shatley Springs and West Jefferson. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave from Fontana Dam or Fontana Village. Then you're going to go as a group. And I believe, where do you go to from there, Tommy? I mean, you're going around the tail of the dragon. You're going to see, you're going to be on the state line. There's Tennessee sitting over there, and over here's North Carolina. And you got some really great views at these. So you guys, do y'all pull off at some of these overlooks in the mountains where people can get their views, take their pictures, and that kind of stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. So we stop every so often. So a lot of times we'll, especially at the end of the tail of the dragon, there's a beautiful overlook where you can see Fontana Dam. We'll take pictures, and then sometimes we'll ride up to Chimney Rock and take a picture up there. We're at the Cherahela Skyway, I think it's called, or and there's so many. And then we end up riding down into Gatlinburg, and we usually stop and eat lunch, and everybody hangs out. We take pictures, and then we ride back, and everybody gets back, and then we'll usually have a get together again there at Fontana, and we just have a good time. And here's the thing: some people like me, I just like to cruise. I like to go slow, and then there's people like Mark and Brian and Chuck that like to go 100 miles an hour the entire time. So you can kind of go your own pace. Where everybody, you're not going to get left behind. We're just going to cruise on through there, and we're going to have a great time. It's a lot of fun.
Right. And the key thing is you really, there's a tree up there. Do you remember seeing the tree that has the remnants of people that might have not took the curves too well? You remember seeing that tree?
Oh, yeah. In fact, we had Chuck Hall has donated to that tree, as a matter of fact. Yes.
Really? What did he donate?
He donated some brake lines that he when you pull into that gas station up there, there used to be like a sidewalk thing right there. There used to be a sign up there, and it was broken off, and Chuck just didn't see it, pulled in there, and he was driving his little sports car, and it just snagged the bottom of his car. So Chuck Hall's made some donations to there, and I'm sure that there's others that have as well.
Okay. So, folks, this is it. If you want to support a good cause, if you want to be around some good people that are all interested in betterment of human being, what better choice could you make on a weekend than to go up there, make this ride that rally? But even if you can't make that, you might be on the West Coast, and coming all the way to North Carolina to ride the tail of the dragon may be a little bit for it. But remember this. So, Tommy, people can donate to at sweepawaycancer.com. Am I correct?
That is correct. Yes.
And, let's mention this. You've got some corporate sponsors here that stand behind you. I believe National Chimney is one. Would that be correct?
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
I believe Spark Marketer does your website for you. Who are some of the companies like that support this charity, Tommy?
Absolutely. That's a great. So when we first started, Darren Bebo with National Chimney really kind of bankrolled the whole thing, because we started getting applications for aid pretty quickly. So National has been behind it, and you can see in their catalog, they dedicate a lot of time and resources to it. Spark Marketer does our website. They do it for free. They donate everything to it. The lady that does the T-shirts, it's called 185 Promotions. She makes all of our uniform shirts. I actually got to know her because she signed on, and she doesn't charge us a dime to do that stuff. So that's how people, being very, very gracious, very generous, allow us to give more money back to the people that need our help the most. And so it's just a wonderful thing. Linda Roydhouse and Chuck Roydhouse with Roydhouse Effect, they do the social media stuff. And so everybody has given a lot. And I could sit here for hours and tell you so many people inside of our industry that have done so much and given so much and put in so much effort to make sure that this thing has been successful. And it's taken a village, an entire industry, to take this thing to where it is today. And I think that we can make it even bigger, and we can help more and more people. And I would love to see this replicated in other industries. I'd love, like I said, love other industries to kind of follow suit with us, and we can help even more people.
Okay, we got a Facebook user here. It came up. Let's see. Drake calls. Thank you, Jerry. You guys are amazing. Thanks for sharing. Our industry is amazing when we work together. Now, whoever did that didn't register their name with Facebook, so I'm not sure who posted that.
Sure.
If you want to make comments on a StreamYard, you've got to identify yourself with StreamYard and allow them to make comments on there. But here's what I'll ask you. If you're watching this tonight, if you're watching this video, there's a real simple thing that you can do, and it is called click the share button. Click the share button. Now, here's the thing. You cannot share out of a private group, and I am broadcasting right now. I set this up through some private groups such as Professional Chimney Sweep Forum, but it's also set up through other Facebook groups such as our personal group, Jerry Eisenhower, our company page, CVC Success Group, the Fireplace Show, Chimney and Venting Education Events. So share it out there and let people know, because that's how we're going to make this happen. Tommy, you agree the more people that know about this and the more the things that you're doing are going to help you. It's not about your group getting recognized. Is it about anybody getting recognized for their contributions, Tommy?
No, not at all. Who cares? Knock me out of this seat, put somebody else in here. It makes no difference. The only thing that matters is that we are here for till the end of time, and that we have as much money as we possibly can so that we can help as many people as we possibly can, because cancer's not going to stop. Bill, like you said earlier, Jerry, the insurance company, the hospitals, your bank that holds your mortgage, they don't care. They want to get paid, okay? And if you have a loved one that is dealing with this, they're not going to care about that stuff because they want to take care of their loved one, just like my father-in-law did with my mother-in-law. And if we can help you in that moment and say, you know what, take care of your loved one, don't worry about this, we're going to help you. That is all that matters. No recognition. Who cares? It doesn't matter. And let's keep going, and let's keep raising as much money and helping as many people as we can.
Okay, Tommy, we got another question. They're identified as Facebook users, so I'm not sure.
We know who that is.
Right. We know, is Chimney Mechanics the only company with a dedicated sweep away cancer wrap service truck? Let's get some more companies doing it. Do you know of any other company that's done what Jasper's done by actually wrapping a vehicle showing that?
I don't think so. We have the logo on our trucks. Let me tell you what Jasper did. Jasper took one of his vans, changed his wrap entirely, and it is all, if you haven't seen it, go to Jasper's page, go to Chimney Mechanics page. It's all wrapped in sweep away cancer stuff. And see, that's the thing right there. Jasper took that upon himself, and Jasper's got a big heart, and Jasper just said, I want to raise money and I want to help people, and he did that, and he's run with it. And we'll accept your challenge, Jasper. Let's see how many people we can get to wrap a van with a sweep away cancer.
There you go. Cheryl, you want to add anything to this before we go away?
Yeah, I want to say something as a female. I heard Tommy say in the beginning that they started this to give back to the women. This disease is not gender oriented. It's not age oriented. Anything from child to old, from male to female. So, like Tommy said, everyone has someone that's been touched with this.
Yeah. So, Tommy, I hope this helped you out. I'm really honored that you asked me to help you with this. It's a really big honor to do that. And I'm going to wish you the most success. And again, if you want to, think about this, it's a great contribution. Tommy, this is a tax deductible donation. Am I correct?
That is correct.
One C3 or whatever that is, you are that way.
Yes, sir. That is correct. We sure are. Yep. It's a taxable donation. And I'd have to ask, but I'm pretty sure we've got forms. If you make a donation, we can get you a form, so that you can show that to your tax person, whatever you need to do. But yes, sir, we are a registered 501c3. And like I said, the more people, and Jerry, thank you for doing this. Cheryl, thank you for doing this, because we don't know. There could be one person that sees this tonight, tomorrow, a month from now, that's in a bad spot and needs our help, and we will help that person. And this time that you and I have spent together talking will be worth every second of it if we can just help one person. Okay,
so let's turn this around. If there is someone who needs assistance, they need to contact sweepawaycancer.com.
Yes, sir. You can go to sweepawaycancer.com. There's a tab up at the top. It'll say application for aid. You'll fill all of that information out. That'll get sent to us, and then we'll notify you and get a check out to you. That's what we do. We raise money and cut checks.
Yeah, and I presume this is also, if you're helping people, you probably keep this confidential. You don't spread names around like, hey, we helped Sam Jones from.
Right.
That's not what you do. Am I correct?
That's exactly right. Everything is completely confidential. If we leave that up to the recipient, if they want to tell their story, they're certainly entitled to do that. We will never share that information with anybody.
Okay. So anyway, this is Tommy Nouns. He's the guy that has chaired and moved this Sweep Away Cancer. Tommy, I can remember where you started it from, and it's a great charity. And I really congratulate you on what you're doing and applaud you for your work in there. And this is Cheryl Eisenhower, Jerry Eisenhower. We appreciate you being with us tonight. It's really been a pleasure. And Tommy, it's been an extreme pleasure to really be on here tonight with you and talk about this. I appreciate this so much that you actually came to me and said, hey, let's do this, because guys and gals, this is what it's all about. It's all about, like I said, we've said it several times. We may disagree in our politics and other things and our beliefs, but this is the thing I know. I've been in this industry a lot of years, and this is a group of people that truly care. Okay.
Yes,
Talk to you later. Appreciate you joining us tonight, and think about contributing to Sweep Away Cancer and join that rally and, up there at the tail of the dragon.
That's
Talk
right.
to you later.
Thank y'all.